Hey there everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Coaster Pursuit. Thanks so much for being here and checking out this video. Today, I am super excited to share the details of an upcoming trip or trips that I have planned to try and experience the fall season at 6 different parks. Yeah, 6 different parks to wrap up 2025, and I can't wait. So excited. Every single one of these visits will be my first time to those parks, so every coaster will be a new credit. I've got several bucket list coasters coming up on this trip, and I really think it will totally change my current top 10 ranking, totally change probably how I feel about all of the coasters I've ridden, because there's a lot new, but we'll see. So without further ado, let's get into the plans. This trip will start in October and have me heading to Kentucky Kingdom in Louisville, Kentucky. This park has changed hands, evolved, and certainly improved over the years. It wasn't necessarily on my radar when I started dreaming of going to various parks and stuff, but after seeing vlogs and reviews of it over the past year or so, I knew I wanted to get to it someday. Of course, I'm most excited for Wind Chaser and getting another RMC credit. This will be my third, but I'm also looking forward to Lightning Run, the only currently operating Chance Hyper GTX coaster. And I'll be going on a day when the park is only open from 5 to 9, so I'm hoping to get as many credits as I can in that time, and there's 5 potential credits at that park. From there, I'll be headed up to Mason, Ohio to visit a park that I've been dreaming of going to for so long, and that's Kings Island. I'd say next to Cedar Point, this is probably the most anticipated park for me in the US, next to Six Flags Great Adventure, which I got to visit for the first time over the summer. And I just feel like Kings Island is one of those rites of passage parks that everyone talks about. They always mention it. Seems like everybody's been, but I've never been. So with 15 potential credits there, I knew I was going to need more than one day to try to get everything done, as well as getting some of those super hyped night rides on a few coasters. So I've decided to go for 2 days. Of course, the Beast is probably the one I'm looking forward to experiencing the most. It's just a legendary ride that I've heard is incredible at night. However, I'm just as excited to ride Banshee, the Bat, Diamondback, Flight of Fear, Orion. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's so many really good coasters there that have been on my wish list. And also I've heard that Mystic Timbers is potentially the best coaster in the park, so I'm looking forward to that as well. It's gonna be an awesome visit, especially with the park closing at midnight each night I'm there. I'm hoping to have time to not only get those night rides in, but check out their haunted attraction themed to The Conjuring. I've heard that's also really, really good. So looking forward to that. Moving on, I'll be spending a couple hours at a park that I was completely unaware of until mapping out my route on Coast to Coaster, and that's Stricker's Grove, which is about 30 minutes outside of Cincinnati. This park is only open to the public a few days out of the year, while mainly serving as an event space for corporate trips or special events, but it just so happened that I'll be in the area during their Customer Appreciation Day in the fall. Turns out it was a happy accident that I'll be traveling in that area around the same time. I'm really looking forward to getting these rather hard to get credits. Stricker's Grove has 2 coasters, Teddy Bear and Tornado. Both are woodies, and while they don't boast any crazy stats, there's a lot of history behind the park, and from what I've seen, the place looks super, super charming, so I'm looking forward to checking out Stricker's Grove. Since I was headed there, I decided to be brave, and I reached out to park management, and I was lucky enough to get the okay to film on ride, so I'll have some POVs of those coasters after the trip. So yeah, really cool. Okay, moving on to another park that I've been dreaming of visiting someday, and that's Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Woo! I don't know what that was, but I am very hyped for this park. It just looks so amazing. I'd say in terms of theming, presentation, just the lore of the park, I think I'm as excited to visit this park as I was with Hershey Park. Every time I see Dollywood in videos, it just looks so beautiful. So again, I'll be spending 2 days at this park to try to get in all 10 of the credits that are available there. I also wanted to give myself time to really soak in the theming and the scenery, especially since I'll be going during their Harvest Festival. I'd say that I'm most looking forward to riding Lightning Rod, another RMC that while I didn't get to ride it in all of its launched Lift Hill glory, I've heard that the overall experience is still really good, especially that quad down. Every time I see a POV of Lightning Rod in that quad down, I just can't get enough of watching it, and I'm sure it's going to be an awesome experience. So that's definitely my number one there as far as what I want to ride. Aside from Lightning Rod, Wild Eagle is one that I'm looking forward to getting on as well. It's gonna be the second B&M wing coaster that I've done next to Gatekeeper. I really liked Gatekeeper, and I'm curious to see how they compare. Of course, Big Bear Mountain, which is their Venom Family Launch Suspended Coaster, also looks like a lot of fun. All right, well, that will wrap up the first leg of my trip. I'll be taking a couple-week break to work, keep life going, but I'll be headed back out after a couple weeks, back out east, and I'll be visiting the 5th park on this list, that being King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia. I'll be totally honest with you, I'm going there for one reason, and that's Pantherian, aka I-305. That coaster has been on my bucket list for quite some time, and it's often regarded as one of, if not the most intense roller coaster in the world. I know it's gone through modifications in its time due to the intensity and trying to tame it here and there, adjust some things, but its notoriety as being one of the most extreme coasters still stands, and I hope I can handle it, and if I can, I'm hoping to be able to lap it or marathon it, because I don't know, that coaster just looks wild and out of control, and I really, really want to get on it, and I'm hoping that it's not too much for me. Even though Pantherian is my most anticipated coaster of the park, there are a couple others that are right up there with it. Of course, Twisted Timbers, which will be my 4th RMC coaster at that time. I'm really looking forward to that ride. I'm curious to see if it will beat out Wildcat's Revenge as my 2nd favorite coaster next to Steel Vengeance. Also, I'm super excited for Rapterra, which is their new for 2025 B&M launched wing coaster. Again, how will it stack up to Gatekeeper and Wild Eagle? We'll see. I'll have 1.5 days at the park, so I plan on checking out their Halloween setup, their seasonal setup, and I heard something about singing mushrooms that I'll have to check out. We'll see. There are a total of 13 potential credits at King's Dominion, and I'm hoping to have time for them all. All right, so the last park on this fall tour, and that will be Six Flags America in Bowie, Maryland. I'll be attending on their final day of operation, and no, not just for the season, but forever. This park will be permanently closing on November 2nd, and I figured I need to see this place. I'll literally never have another opportunity, so I'll be there on November 2nd. From what I've heard, there will be quite a few coaster enthusiasts that will be there as well, so I'm not quite sure how the day will play out. I'm totally expecting to spend a lot of time just walking around, meeting people, chatting, rather than trying to speed run the credits like I plan on doing with the other parks on this trip. I'm also not too sure exactly what will be open on closing day. However, there are 8 potential credits currently operating, and I'm a little bummed that Batwing closed a few weeks ago and will not be returning. I've never had the opportunity to ride a Vekoma Flying Dutchman, and that was one of those models on Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 that I was always building, so I was like, someday I'll get on one, but I think I missed the boat, but that's okay. What is there that I'm looking forward to riding includes Wild One, Roar, and even Superman Ride of Steel. That'll be my first Intamin Mega coaster, and I heard it's the least impressive of the bunch, but I'm still looking forward to it. And that, everyone, will wrap up my fall coaster tour. We have 53 potential credits across 6 parks. It's going to be quite the trip. As it stands today, I have 76 credits to my name, 40 something of which I obtained in 2025 alone so far. So this has been a huge year for me in terms of coasters and theme parks and obtaining credits. And with this fall trip, I'll be able to hit that 100 credit milestone. I'm gonna try to make sure to plan my day at Dollywood just right to make sure that Lightning Rod ends up being my number 100, but we shall see. It's been so incredible to share this coaster pursuit journey with you all, and thank you so much for being here, subscribing, and maybe sharing this channel with family, friends, or other coaster enthusiasts. When I return from this trip, I'll be compiling my rankings as a newbie for each park I've been to, coasters within each park, and my overall top 10 coasters that I've been on thus far. As for future trips, I have no firm plans for 2026. I do know that I'll be traveling to Europe in September of next year, but I haven't quite figured out where I want to go. Aside from that, I'd love to do Cedar Point again for Coaster Mania, but so many parks are calling my name. Magic Mountain, Knott's Berry Farm, Silver Dollar City, Fiesta Texas, Six Flags Over Texas. Those are just kind of a few that are at the tip of my tongue for where I want to go in 2026, but who knows? But anyway, let me know if you're planning on visiting any of the same parks that I'll be going to this fall, or what your favorite coasters are at these parks, so I can kind of keep that in mind as I go through this trip. Also, any tips or tricks that you have for navigating any of these parks, especially during the Halloween season, will be greatly welcomed and appreciated. Thanks again for being here and coming along with me on these coaster pursuits. You should see some vlogs for this trip and other content, other videos coming throughout the back half of October going into November. So keep an eye out, and we will see you on the next coaster pursuit. Bye.